Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to see objects in JavaScript. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you won't miss any future content. Now let's start the video. Yes, so objects in JavaScript. So objects are nothing but a collection of properties, and a property contains a key value pair. So in JavaScript, how we can create objects we are going to see, and how we can access it. Okay, so we can create it using curly braces, and inside that following will have a property, and as I said, it will be having a key value pair. Okay, so we'll have a key, let's suppose name, and the value will be name. Okay, so whatever name will be, that will be the value. So using curly braces and the key value pair, the property, we can create a object. Okay, so let's take example of objects. Okay, so objects are anything in real world, we can say. Okay, so let's take example of a person. Okay, so person as a object. So person will have a lot of properties. Okay, let's take example first, name. Okay, so what is the name and all, we can get it. And age is also a property, so what is the age, we can know. And let's take a different example. Okay, let's take an example of bike. Okay, so in bike there are many properties you will find, such as like a name, model number, company name, cc, and color. These kind of thing you can find. Okay, so objects is nothing but a bunch of information which we have in a key and value pair. Okay, so that's how we have to consider a object is in JavaScript. Okay, so let's take an example and let's create a person object, and let's see how we can do that. Okay, so first thing, we have to create a variable. I'll say person, and inside that I'll going to have curly braces, and here what I can write is name. Okay, so I'll write Steve, and age as 24. Okay, so now you see, this is how you can create a simple object in JavaScript. So you have a person variable following with curly braces, and all both the properties like name as Steve and age as 24. So this object is representing the person properties or person details. Okay, so that we can say. So this is how you can create a object, and in order to print this, what you can do is you can just log the person, and you can see in the console. Okay, so let me run it. Now you see here it's showing name as Steve and age as 24. Okay, so this is it. This is how you can create it. Okay, yes. So as we saw how we can create a object in JavaScript, let's see how we can access it. Because right now we have logged the whole object. Okay, but I want to access only person's name or person's age. Okay, so how we have to do that? So that we are going to see now. So what I'll do is I'll just log the value. If you want to store in a variable, that you can do and print it. Let's I'll going to directly log it. And now what you can say here as person. Okay, following with dot and the name or age. Okay, if I just do dot, you can see here it's showing this brick symbol here. Okay, for this age and the name, because these two properties as part of person. Okay, both of the properties are there for person, that's why only age and name are the showing here, like as a brick symbol beside this. Okay, so now if I take name and if I run this, it should print us the name of the person. Now you see Steve, we got it. So this is how we can access the object. Okay, so it's not about only name, you can access the age as well. So if I do person dot age, and now if I run it, it will going to access this. Okay, so this is how we can access it. Let's see how if we provide some wrong value, what will be the result. Okay, so suppose name is there, age is there, I want to access the first name. Okay, and you see in the object we don't have the property, and if I do this dot here also, we can't see the first name. Okay, so let's see what will be the result of it. Okay, node 25 is the file, and you see it's giving undefined. Okay, it will not going to give any error to you. If the properties doesn't exist, it will directly say you undefined. Okay, yes. So as we seen that how we can print the values or access the values of a person or a object. Now let's see how we can update or add a new value as well into it. Okay, so let's see the update first. So let's suppose I want to update the name. Okay, so in that case what you have to do is you have to write person dot name and equal to and the name which you want to give. Okay, so I'll want to say Bruce. Okay, so now if I want to print the person name, okay, so person dot name, so now it should give us Bruce as a name because we have updated the value. The earlier value is Steve, now it should update it to Bruce. Okay, so now let's try to log this, and now you see it's saying Bruce here. Let me log the whole object, so we'll see is it updated in the actual object or not. Okay, let's see. Now you see here we can see Bruce and name as well, Bruce in the object. Okay, so it is updated, the value is updated. Now let's see, as we have discussed earlier, if I try to try for the first name, right, it is saying undefined. Now suppose I want to add a new value to it. Okay, so in that case what we have to do, so here what I'll say is person dot surname. Okay, so whatever you want to add, you just have to write like dot surname and you add the value and it will be added. Okay, so I want to say banner. Okay, and now if I print here person, it should give us the value as surname, sorry, key as surname and the value as banner. Okay, so let's print it, and now you see here we have name as Bruce because we have updated here, and then we have added new value here, so that's why we can see surname as banner, the value we can see here. Okay, so what it means is earlier if you do like if you try to print it person dot surname, it's giving you the value as undefined. Now what it's going to do is it's just replacing that undefined and showing you the surname here. Okay, so basically it's adding a new value to the object. Okay, so this is how you can add a new value to the object. Let's see one more thing in this, as we have updated a name, right? Name earlier we have Steve and now we have updated to Bruce. Okay, now let's see if we can update the name into a some number, okay, instead of string, because you can see we have used string at the start and now here as well we have used string. But what if I want to update name as a number? Okay, let's suppose 100. Okay, is it going to allow us or it is going to give us a error because we are providing or we are updating that name as 100. Okay, so let's check that. If I do person dot name or let's say person only, so we can see all the values, and now if I want to print it, now you can see it's saying name as 100. Okay, so in JavaScript we don't have the type security. Okay, so that's why you can add any type of value to or you can replace any type of value to other types. Okay, so it doesn't matter you have name as a string earlier or and you have updated to a string again and then you are updating to a number, it will not going to hold something like that. It don't have the weak check, sorry, type check. Okay, so that's why it will going to assign as 100. Okay, it will going to update the value as 100. So yeah, that's the one thing. And one more thing is you can add any kind of data type inside this. It's not only a string and a number. You can add if you want to have like a is active, I'll say key as and the value I'll say false. Okay, so booleans also you can give, and you can create the functions as well inside this. Okay, so if I want to create a function, say full name. Okay, and here I'll say function, and here I'll just return hello world. Okay, that's it. So I'll just break down into after comma so you can see this properly. Now you see here I have created a function, okay, inside person object. Okay, so we'll have properties. Okay, so name and the Steve is a one property. This is second property. Is active, which is having boolean value, that is also a property. And we have full name. Okay, full name as a function, that is as well a property of an object. Okay, so we can create a function inside the object and we can use that as well. Okay, so as you can see here, the full name is a function, and inside that we have created a function which is going to return us the hello world. Okay, let's see how we can access this one. Okay, so let me go here. I'll just comment on these values, and here I'll have a log person. Let's try to print the person first, and we'll see what exactly it will going to print. Enter, and now you see here full name it's saying, and it's saying function here. Okay, so it means we can access it. Okay, that's a valid function which we have created. Now let's see how we can access it. Okay, so I have a person, then what we have to do is following with dot, I'll say full name. You see brick symbol it's showing here, it is a property of person. I'll click here, and now person dot full name. Now let's try to print it. Let's see what will happen. Now you see it's saying function full name. Okay, it's not returning the value. Why it's not returning the value? Because we are not calling the function, as it is a property, but we have to call it because it's a function. Okay, so if I do here function braces, now it's the, you can see it's changed the color. And now if I do node 25, and now you see we got hello world. Okay, so this is how we can create a function inside the person object or any of the object. Okay, and we can use it. Now let's see last one in the properties, which we can have a array as well. Okay, as you saw, like string, number, boolean, a function we also we can do. Now let's see how we can do the array inside this. Okay, so I'll say phone number here, or I'll say phone numbers. Okay, because a person can have multiple phone numbers, so that's why I'll create an array. Okay, so firstly I'll have some number here, and then similar to that some other number. I don't know it's 10 or not, but I have created it. Let's see, 2. Okay, one more I need. So yes, so a person can have multiple numbers, so that's why I'm storing in a array. Okay, and let's see how we can access it. Okay, so let me comment on this one. This is for the function. Okay, and let's here array in object. Okay, so let's print the person first. Okay, so with that we'll know how exactly the person object is looking like. And now you see here we got it, phone number and an array. Okay, so let's see how we can access it. Okay, so it's also a simple thing, person dot phone numbers we have to do, and then it will going to print us the whole array. Okay, so 25, and see we got the whole array. And now let's see how we can access a particular number. Okay, so you know that arrays are have the index values. Okay, first is the 0 and second is the 1. Okay, and the length of this is 2. Okay, so let's try to get the first one, which is the 0th index. So I'll say brackets and of 0. Okay, and now if I print it, I should get the 98 number as a mobile number. Okay, so let's print it. Now you see we got the number. Similar way, if you do 1, it will going to return you the other number like this. And if you do 2, which is not there in the array, it should return as the undefined. Okay, now you see we got the undefined as a value. Okay, so this is how the objects in JavaScript will have. Yes. So let's see nested object. Okay. So inside the object, you can create multiple objects into it. Okay. So here let's take example of phone number only. Instead of this array, I'll just comment on. We'll create one more property as phone numbers, and here the same thing you can do, curly braces, which will create a object, and you can have the key value pairs. So first one I can say tel, which is the telephone number, and then you will have mobile number. Okay, so I think this one we can take it randomly, 7 numbers, and here I'll say 10. Okay, yes. So yes, so this is how you can create a nested object inside a object. Okay, so this is the object, inside that this is the nested object we have. Okay, so here we have the phone number, because as I said right earlier, a person can have multiple mobile numbers, and we don't know is it a telephone number, which is a landline, or a mobile number. Okay, so that we can create it like something like this. Okay, create a nested object and we'll say tel as the telephone number and mobile as the mobile number. Okay, and let's see how we can access it. Okay, so accessing the object is very simple. Okay, what you have to do is you have to write object name, which is person, dot following with the name which we want, the property name, which is phone number, which is a nested object as well. So if I do phone number here, I should be able to get the object here. Okay, in the console. Now you see we are getting the tel and mobile object. Okay, now if I do dot tel, okay, now you see here as well, if I do dot, you can see the brick symbol as well coming here. Okay, mobile and tel, saying that these two are the property of phone number. Okay, so if I take tel, it should return as the telephone number. Okay, let's do this, and yeah, we can see the telephone number, we are getting it. Okay, and similar story. Okay, now we have object, and inside that again you can create a function or any type of value you can store it. It's up to you. Okay, it's based on the requirement how the object will going to be. Okay, so yes, so this is about the object in JavaScript. Yes. So this is about the objects in JavaScript. If you are looking for the source code, I will going to provide a GitHub link in the description, so you can go there and you can see this code how I have written, and you can similar to this you can practice it in your own, so you will understand what's going on with the concepts of JavaScript as well. Okay. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing and give it a like. I'll be back with more content in the next video. Thank you.